Several characters in FBI, Most Wanted and FBI, International got disappointing exits over the years. The two spin-offs were among the shows that CBS cancelled in 2025. Although both series were still popular at the time they ended, their quality had been weakened somewhat by repeated cast changes. FBI, Most Wanted Season 6 wrapped up each character's storyline, giving some better exits as the series drew to a close, but had already offered some disappointing exits earlier in the series run. Conversely, FBI, International series finale left several questions open. Thus, most of the characters who were featured in its finale did not get the exits they deserved. 9. Cameron VO. Vanessa Vidotto. VO's ending was one of the most disappointing exits in the FBI universe. Throughout FBI, International Season 4, VO and Reigns competed for a GS-14 position, but the series finale did not reveal who got it. Instead, the episode cut off the pair's final scene just as they were about to receive the news. This non-ending was disappointing for both characters. However, it was slightly more disappointing in VO's case because she has been the most loyal member of the Fly team since the procedural began. VO had an especially active role in Season 4, helping Mitchell, Jesse Lee Soffer, adjust to his new job expectations. There was widespread speculation that FBI, International's ending would include VO taking over the leadership of the Fly team. Sadly, the series failed to confirm whether she got her GS-14 designation, making it unclear whether this dream ending came true. 8. Andre Reigns. Carter Redwood. Carter Redwood as Andre Reigns in FBI International. Like VO, Reigns was left without an ending. However, he was not expected to get a promotion within the Fly team itself. Still, it was unfair to his character for him to be left in limbo. Reigns and VO were both original team members, so it is ridiculous for their fates to be left up to the audience's imaginations. Even if Reigns was ultimately going to remain with the Fly team in his current position, he deserved to have that made explicit. It is especially annoying that a character whom audiences have followed for several years was denied a real ending to his story. 7. Scott Forrester. Luke Kleintank. Scott Forrester, Luke Kleintank, looks smug on FBI International Season 3 Episode 1. The Fly team was originally a close-knit group that was deeply loyal to Forrester, so his exit would have been jarring no matter the reason given for his departure. However, it is unforgivable that Forrester got such an out-of-character exit story. Although Forrester was level-headed and calm, he was said to be missing in action, and it was later revealed he was helping his fugitive mother escape to the United States. This exit made no sense and seemed hastily thrown together. Even worse, the team quickly moved on, immediately embracing Mitchell despite their loyalty to Forrester and shock at his disappearance. 6. Leiko Isokawa. Yoriko Haraguchi. FBI International Japanese agent Leiko Isokawa standing in a room. Leiko only appeared in the final 2 episodes of FBI International, so it is understandable that she did not get an exit story. However, it's clear that she was intended to be a more prominent character whose potential got cut off by the series cancellation, so in that sense her arc didn't get the wrap-up it deserved. Leiko was a Japanese cop who worked with Mitchell to catch a serial killer in Tokyo. Leiko paid a steep price for her assistance. She was fired from the Japanese police force for not following protocol. This was a clear opening for her to join the Fly team, but no one extended her an invitation. Thus, Leiko's loyalty to Mitchell and his mission is never repaid, and instead, she ends the series with no job and no clear plan for her future. While this isn't as disappointing as established characters being left in limbo, it is annoying that she suffered this fate instead of being invited to Budapest. 5. Amanda Tate. Christina Wolf. Tate got one of the rawest deals in FBI franchise history. She was originally hired as an analyst, but FBI International Season 4 gave her a subplot in which she and Mitchell explored their attraction to each other. However, the relationship angle was dropped as quickly as it was introduced. Tate is presumably still working for the Fly team, but her relationship story has no ending. Her relationship with Mitchell vanished, and she spends most of the final episode on the sidelines while Mitchell is in Tokyo chasing a serial killer. There was no reason to start this relationship story if FBI International wasn't going to finish it. Furthermore, Tate didn't receive enough of a job-related storyline for audiences to care whether she would stay with the Fly team. 4. Hannah Gibson. Keisha Castle Hughes. Hannah was one of the most interesting characters in FBI Most Wanted. She was a computer expert who had a more intimate understanding of what victims went through after she had been kidnapped herself and often worked closely with Barnes. Unfortunately, near the end of the series, Hannah was sucked into one of the series' least interesting relationships. She met Ethan at the end of FBI Most Wanted Season 5, and he seemed suspicious despite being an air marshal who Ray vouched for, yet Hannah couldn't trust him for unknown reasons.